Beautiful morning to you, Soulites. Welcome to my channel. In a world where we often have to prove ourselves, especially at the workplace, and society just seem to always hail those who are very upfront and strong, we tend to then put our softness in the background. We always act strong, we always have to be strong, and gradually sometimes hardness begin to build in us, especially when in the process of acting strong, life experiences were not always so kind to us. And hardness gradually manifests in our body, because when we have certain thoughts in our minds, our body will respond accordingly. And over time, we don't not only allow softness in the body, but we don't know how to be soft anymore. That was how it is in my case when I lost touch, lost the ability to flow, to be intuitive, to wait and see. Instead, I had to always control things and make sure things turn out in a certain way. So softness had nowhere in my life, or my mind, or my body. Today, let's all come back to deep inside us where softness has a place, where softness is actually a very important, essential, and natural part of us, where softness is a thing that allows us to go with the flow, to not always want to control the outcome of anything, to control ourselves or others. But instead we trust the flow of life and let things be and flow accordingly. So bring to mind softness in our body when we allow ourselves to melt. To start, get yourself a suitable chair or stool, one with a firm surface, not something comfortable or plushy, because we want our pelvis and spine to be supported while we do the movements. To start, let's start to feel our upper spine, especially here, our rib cage. Let it slowly move from side to side. Feel it shifting to the right and to the left. The range of motion is not very big, but this little bit you're moving is already going to do a lot. So let's observe. How do we feel when we move our ribs from one side to another? Do we feel one part of our body stretching as we move the ribs to one side, followed by the other? What sensations are there in your body as you start to do this micro movement? Our ribs are meant to move, they are meant to rotate. Yet, as we begin to restrict our movement as life happens, the rib cage often then becomes tighter, because we are disallowing movements to happen. And when that happens, it affects our breath. When our breath is affected, many things will snowball. So here, as we move the ribs from one side to another, we're also slowly releasing all these tissues here under the diaphragm dome. Okay? You can put your hands here like me to bring to mind the need to soften this area where the diaphragm dome is as we continue shifting from one side to another, and feel your ribs begin to move gradually, maybe might move a little bit more. And from here, we're going to start to melt the upper body. Begin to feel your throat. And there are two little bones here. Begin to tap, gently tap all the way down to the cleavage. This is our sternum area. And this is the part that we really, really need to soften. So let's take an inhalation. Exhale and soften our sternum down. And let it rise again. Soften it down, melting. And let it rise. Take your time. Really feel it slowly sinking in. We do want this to sink in because in trying to be strong day in, day out, our sternum does a lot to hold it. Holding it all in. And when the sternum begins to limit its movements, the upper spine will gradually build up the stiffness. So soften the sternum and let the upper body melt along. Let's go with our breath here. Take an exhalation and let it soften. Take an inhalation, let it rise again. Everything has two sides. Let it rise, breathe fully, and then let it soften. Again, let it rise, and let it soften. Inhale, rising. Exhale, softening. Let it rise and soften. Let's take a few more breaths here. Inhaling, exhaling. Focusing on our movement here. And rising, softening. Come back up. How do you feel? How does it feel when we soften and when we allow it to rise? Now let's take the whole spine along. Soften now all the way down to our lumbar spine. Rising. Inhale. Exhale. And allow the spine to really curl down, melting down. Inhale, rising. Exhale. Just let it soften. Let your spine come to a rest, closing in. Why not? It needs a retreat. And then it rises. And exhale, melting, softening, giving our spine a retreat, giving ourselves a retreat. Then we rise again. And then we soften down. Now let's let our arms hang by the side here. Rising, inhale. Exhale, let it hang down. We are already going lower. Allowing ourselves to melt, to soften, lower more because we are really melting down. Softening, not holding, releasing, going down. And come up. Letting the neck relax. Inhale and exhale, softening down. Going down to as low as you're comfortable. You might feel a little bit of a stretch in your lower back. If it doesn't make you feel too uncomfortable, then it's all part of the process of letting go. Letting your neck hang down. Coming back up. Let's just do one more. Inhale. Rising and softening all the way down. And coming back up. Interlace our fingers this way. So, let's rotate the body from one side to another, this way. Imagine yourself like a fishtail, going from one side to another gently. Let your spine bring your upper body along. Let the movement of your lower spine and your pelvis bring the upper spine along. Just go gently, rotating, letting your head move along, letting the neck be loose. So naturally your gaze will begin to go to the sides. Let it. And slowly come back, release. We're gonna go again. Now this time, raise your sternum, your upper body more. That means you're rolling the shoulders back more. Letting the arms extend backwards more. And again, just do a little bit of a rotation this way with your chest lifted, sternum up, and it feels different. Your gaze will be diagonal upwards. And slowly go to one side on inhalation. Slowly exhale to come back and going to the other side on inhalation. Slowly exhale to come back. You are still lifting your sternum, yeah? Try to maintain the uprightness and slightly arch position of your rib cage. Inhale to one side and exhale to return. Let's do this a few times here. Letting your head, neck, shoulders to follow the movement. Follow along. Let the pelvis and the spine lead. And go. Opening of the sternum, letting yourself breathe. And let's do one more. Melting down, softening. And in this position, let's go a few times here. Same thing. Rotating from one side to another, but this time your sternum is curled downwards in a softened position. The breath is the same. Inhale on one side, slowly exhale and inhale on the other side. Allowing it all to be easy. And slowly come back up. Now in that rising and melting movement, we now want to bring our arms along, bending your elbows, lifting, rising on inhalation, and melting on exhalation. Do it slowly. Inhale, slow breath. And exhale, slow breath. Rising slowly, opening up, breathe. Bring in all possibilities there are. And softening down, letting softness to take over, gentleness to ourselves. Inhaling, exhaling, opening up, softening down, rising, melting. Letting your gaze follow along as we bring the ribcage up. We gaze upwards gradually and slowly. We gaze downwards gradually as we bring the ribs down. A couple more breaths. Coming back. Let's do a couple of deep, long inhalation and exhalation to finish. Feeling it all in the body. We ask ourselves, is there any sensation that we are feeling right now? From our neck, our shoulders, our chest, our spine, our pelvis. Let the arms hang and kind of open like an A shape. And we want this to mimic our inhalation and exhalation. Still feeling the sensations there are in our body. Maybe also see if any particular thoughts emerge in our mind or any feelings in our hearts. Inhale. Exhaling down. Inhale, naturally your spine will rise. Exhaling, your spine will relax down. Again, inhale. As long as you can. Exhale. Letting the spine movement to go along with it. Inhale. Exhale. Letting your breath be fuller. Inhale, breathe in fully. Exhale, melting down. Couple more times. And slowly melting down, and allow yourself to stay there. And slowly coming back up. And how do you feel in your spine? How do you feel in your body? What feelings emerge as you were doing the movements? And what do you feel as you were breathing? Sometimes when we hold on too much, when we have not been allowing softness for a while, we'll find it hard to breathe in an expanded way. So this is the beginning of it all. It's a journey. And I'm glad if you're still with me, you want this journey to take place in your life. Softness and strength, they are not contradicting. They are complementary. We need softness and strength together. So let me know how you feel in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. And with that, I'm closing this video. Thank you so much for moving with me. If you like my content, please do like, share, subscribe. It will help me to grow my new channel. I would appreciate that very much. It will also motivate me a lot to do a variety of movement as healing videos, because I believe in movement totally and absolutely. I've seen the change in myself and in my clients, and I hope you will feel the positive change too. Keep shining your light, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. Soul Movements is about how we can use movements to heal our emotional wounds and discover our spiritual depth.